right, let's dissect this paper on Grokking. The authors explore neural network generalization on tiny, algorithmically generated datasets. Intriguing, right? What immediately strikes you as significant about this approach?
The core idea is brilliant in its simplicity, using small, controlled datasets to isolate and study generalization. Traditional datasets are massive and complex, making it hard to pinpoint why asterisk networks generalize. This approach allows for a much more granular analysis of the learning process, focusing on the interplay between optimization, overfitting, and generalization.
So they're essentially creating a simplified, controlled environment to study a complex phenomenon. What are some of the key findings regarding generalization in this controlled setting?
The most striking finding is grokking, a sudden jump in validation accuracy long after the network has seemingly overfit the training data. This completely defies the typical understanding of overfitting, where validation accuracy plateaus or even decreases. It suggests that generalization isn't just about memorization, but about a deeper understanding of the underlying patterns.
That's fascinating. Can you elaborate on the grokking phenomenon? What are the conditions under which it occurs?
Grokking seems to be tied to both the dataset size and the optimization process. Smaller datasets require significantly more optimization steps to achieve generalization. The authors also found that weight decay, a regularization technique, significantly improves the likelihood and speed of grokking. It's as if the network needs extensive time to discover the underlying rules governing the data.
So it's not just about the amount of data, but also the quality asterisk of the optimization process. What kind of data sets are they using, and why are they particularly well suited for this research?
They use binary operation tables, think addition, multiplication, or more abstract operations represented with abstract samples. This eliminates any inherent structure the network could exploit, forcing it to learn solely from the relationships between symbols. The simplicity and controllability of these tables make them ideal for isolating the generalization process.
The paper mentions double descent in validation loss. How does this relate to grokking?
Double descent refers to a non-monotonic behavior in validation loss, where it initially decreases, then increases overfitting, and then decreases again. Rocking often occurs during this second descent, suggesting a connection between the optimization landscape and the emergence of generalization. However, it's important to note that they observe the second descent in loss, but not necessarily in accuracy.
The authors also visualize the learned embeddings. What insights do these visualizations provide?
Visualizing the embeddings reveals interesting patterns. For example, in modular arithmetic, the embeddings often reflect the circular structure of the underlying mathematical operation. This suggests that the network isn't just memorizing, but is actually learning a representation that captures the inherent structure of the data.
This is quite different from what we typically see in deep learning research. What are the broader implications of these findings?
The findings challenge our current understanding of generalization in deep learning. They suggest that the optimization process plays a much more crucial role than previously thought, and that generalization can emerge even after significant overfitting. This opens up new avenues for research into the fundamental mechanisms of deep learning.
The paper explores various optimization techniques. Which ones proved most effective in promoting generalization?
Weight decay was particularly effective, significantly reducing the amount of data needed for generalization. This suggests that simpler, less complex solutions are more likely to generalize well. Adding noise to the optimization process also helped, possibly by encouraging the network to find flatter minima in the loss landscape.
The authors mention a relationship between dataset size and optimization time. Can you elaborate on that?
They found a strong correlation. Smaller datasets require exponentially more optimization steps to achieve the same level of generalization. This highlights the trade-off between data efficiency and computational cost. Getting good generalization from limited data requires significantly more computational resources.
The paper investigates several binary operations. Did the complexity of the operation affect the ease of generalization?
Yes, intuitively, more complex operations required more data for generalization. Symmetric operations tended to generalize more easily than their asymmetric counterparts, possibly because transformers can exploit symmetry more readily. Some operations proved completely intractable within the given optimization budget, suggesting inherent limitations in the network's ability to learn certain patterns.
The paper mentions several related works. How does this research differ from previous studies on algorithmic datasets?
Previous work often focused on the performance in the unlimited data regime or on the impact of architectural choices. This paper uniquely focuses on the data limited regime and the surprising phenomenon of grokking, emphasizing aspects believed to be architecture agnostic. It delves deeper into the dynamics of the optimization process and its impact on generalization.
What are some of the limitations of this study and what are potential avenues for future research?
The study is limited by the specific types of data sets and architectures used. Future research could explore grokking on more diverse data sets and architectures, investigate the relationship between flatness of minima and generalization, and explore the potential of visualizing embeddings to understand novel mathematical objects. The relationship between grokking and other generalization measures also warrants further investigation.
This has been a really insightful discussion. Thank you for breaking down this fascinating research on the Grokking phenomenon. It certainly challenges our conventional understanding of neural network generalization.